Hello everybody, I'm back with a new video in a new country. Stay with me.
I don't intend to show this place through the lens of tourists who come here and present you Istanbul, but rather from the ground, through the voice of a few local people. I want to narrate this place for you, based on religious culture in Turkey. Turkey, a country that sits like a bridge between the West and the East. It literally feels halfway between East and West. You can see an amazing mixture in its culture, customs, architecture, even the weather. This isn't the Turkey you have seen on Instagram, not the tourist spots, not the news headlines. I'm talking about the Turkey behind the camera, the one people actually live in. There are two main stereotypes about Turkey. The first image is that Turkey is a secular country which has overpassed the Islam and is more a touristical destination. Nothing remains of Islam except some historical monuments and mosques. And the second image is that Turkey is inhabited with radical Islamists who excommunicate the other part of Muslims around the world and non-Muslims. We have also seen media trying to sell us the idea that Turkey is strictly secular, or that it is hiding religion behind a polished image. Or maybe you are one of the people who's heard scary headlines about terrorism and think it's an unsafe place to travel. The point is, every media outlet tells its own version, and we tend to believe what we see. In this video, I want to open a different kind of window for you, a fresh, first-hand look at Turkey that comes from real interactions with local people, not from big media narratives or political filters. I'm gonna use anthropological approach, ethnography. It means carefully studying both the material and spiritual expressions of people's life in a community. That's my way of introducing Turkey to you. The short interview you saw was at a culture and handicraft exhibition that I went to get to know a little about the way that people think. When I saw that it was full of Islamic and Quranic symbols and even Iranian art including beautiful carpets, I realized that the roots of religion of Islam still exist, at least among some people, regardless of the government system. Why? Because they buy these products. Yeah, this is a talented female artist who introduced me her art, which is the art of calligraphy that belongs to the whole Islamic world and is also popular.
Hat sanatı tabii ki bu İslam'a dayanıyor. İslam sanatı olarak oluyor ve başlangıcı Kur'an yazıldığı zamanlardan başlıyor. Güzeldir, güzelliği sever. O güzellik oradan alıyorlar. Yani Allah-u Teala en güzel şekilde. Biz yazdığımız zaman en güzel şekilde yazmamız gerekiyor. Ve yazarken onu düşünerek, melek-i katibin düşünerek nasıl Kur'an yazmışlar, nasıl yazıldığını onu düşünerek, Peygamberimizin hadislerinden Besmele nasıl yazdığını, nasıl sahabelere yazdırdığını onlar düşünerek, aklımıza getirerek yazıyoruz zaten. Bu şekilde zaten gelişiyor ve ilerliyor.
Türkiye bir yönüyle Müslüman bir ülke, köklerine sıkı sıkıya bağlı Müslüman bir ülke. Öbür tarafıyla modern olmaya çalışan, modernlik yolunda gerçekten çok hızlı bir şekilde ilerlemeye de devam eden bir ülke. Ama bütün bunları yaparken mesela modern olmaya çalışırken de bence geleneklerinden asla vazgeçmedi. Hem gelenekçiyiz, hem Müslümanız, hem Türküz ve hem de çok modern bir toplumuz biz. yani bu İslam'la terörizmi çok birleştiriyorlar ya. Aslında yani bence bunun kırılması lazım.
I visited the Suleymaniye Mosque, one of the most renowned mosques, to experience its spiritual atmosphere and to interview one of the local Islamic activities there, who is usually engaged in missionary work aimed at introducing Islam to others, especially tourists.
What's your name?
My name is Ma'ab.
Nice to see you.
Thank you so much.
My first question is, what is the common stereotype about Islam? Because you work here and you know many un-Muslim people coming from the Western countries. So what are the most stereotypes told by them?
So the idea of them about Islam is more about like how like Islam is more like as aggressive like religion, or Islam is like just like how we have bombing in our, for example, pocket, and we're gonna bomb them. They at first they were like a bit scared to, for example, have a conversation or anything, especially when they saw us as, for example, women that wearing the hijab. They think that, for example, we don't have a voice and we don't have like a, educated level and all of that. But as soon as they speak with us, as soon as we introduce them about what the meaning of Islam, the first, like what Islam is more about, and all of that, they were kind of like closing up, and they kind of like, like responsible for like be more like, how can I say it? It's be more open to have a conversation with us. But unfortunately, like how social media are view Muslim now is really giving like the worst idea.
It's because of the social medias, right? And media politics.
Yes, social media view and like Muslim as like they're tourists, for example, and they just like gonna bomb you wherever you talk to them. When they came here and they saw how welcoming the Islam is, how we are like welcoming them with a smile or welcoming them with like with the meaning of Islam.
All the interviews and the research I've been doing made me realize there's still so much I don't know. So I went to my friends to dig deeper. They happen to be sociology grads, so our conversation got really interesting.
Bu arkadaşım Zehra sosyoloji okuyor ve bugün ne yapacağız?
Bugün Fatma ile birlikte çok derin şeyler konuşacağız. Dinden, kültürden, siyasetten ve yani yaşamın kendisinden bahsedeceğiz.
I will share just a part of our conversation. So, do you want to portray your culture in modern way or in Islamic and traditional way?
Yeah, also it's very complicated question, and like I will give you some complicated answer because like even in our daily experiences, like in our daily conversations with our friends, like our friend circle, even like we have secular friends, we have religious, yeah, in our family too, like we have both side of ideology.
This is just your comment.
Yeah, it's my experience, I can say. But my experience is also not easy to say. I mean, for example, when I'm talking to my, especially Arab friends, I believe that, sometimes I feel like my mind is working quite secular, I can understand that, But sometimes when I talk to another people who are Turkish or maybe, some other minorities in Turkey, I feel like, oh, okay, I'm so much religious for them, maybe. I can feel like this. I'm not saying that, I'm religious, but in sense of feeling and maybe in sense of practice, we can say. So there is no one answer for that, I think. I mean, in some senses, yeah, but for maybe common sense, we are getting away from tradition, I think. I cannot say, maybe even our generation, I don't believe that they follow the tradition as well, because that's why we are always, when you ask the questions about the Turkey, especially like modernity or secularism in Turkey, we always don't give the correct answer, not correct but direct answer, because there is no. So maybe many people will also, while they are watching it, they will say that what was the answer that really there is no answer. This is an answer.
In humanities, science, we have no.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if the country is Turkey, it's really.
Bu açık mı? Kayıttayız. On record?
Yeah.
So, my next question is how Islam is practiced in daily life among the Turkish people.
Like we have like NGO student clubs in universities, and like
What do they do?
there are some gatherings like among Muslim people, Muslim youth, or like elderly people, like they go to mosque to socialize, or like and also charities like NGOs, like NGOs is a big and this is
We have Islam.
yeah. Resmi alınıyor mu? Kontrol etmemize gerek var mı? And also like the NGOs, like you mentioned off the camera, like I also work in an NGO, and like we're giving students scholarships, and it is also a part of Islamic culture, I think. And also like for the youth, like there are some Muslim groups in student gatherings, like they gather as Muslim young people, and like they have plenty of what like events, like even if it is maybe artistic movements, also like it is religious movements.
I'm also working in an NGO like Zahra. So in this NGO, this is also kind of like our main goal. We are trying to give especially the girls, the Muslim girls.
Ne olabilir? Sadece ünlü bir
Evet.
kişi değil.
Okay.
Ama
İki
çizgiye
çay
bak.
Of course, one short video can capture the full depth and complexity of a country like Turkey, especially its non-short sides like Islamic sides. But these conversations and this way of exploring through people, stories, and everyday moments is a good tool to get us a step closer to the real story behind the headlines. So sit back and join me as I share what I learned from the people who actually live here.